Welcome back, everybody, to the iBUYPOWER Spring Invitational Season 2. First game of the day, best of 3 between Renegades and Team SoloMid. If you are just tuning in now, you missed what was an awesome game between Team SoloMid and Renegades. An overtime one, I believe 16-19, or maybe 17. Lost track already. Should have wrote it down. My bad. That's on me. Either way, TSM locked it up and snaked the game away that I didn't think they were going to be able to snake away, and I don't think Renegades did either on Renegades' own map pick. So now TSM are going to be starting on T side, not their own side choice. And oh my god, it looks like yes, Renegades is going to be pushing through Squeaky. That's a frag for AZR, and they're going to fall back. Some information given. 3 of them going to hop all the way back, but that is going to leave JKS as the lone man in the B bomb site. He's going to be falling back to CT, so he can be zoned out really easily. One good smoke grenade, courtesy of Finesse, could get them into the B bomb site, but they do have the Renegades players a little bit off balance here. Not exactly sure where to go. 2 players at B, 3 at A. TSM plenty of time on the clock, 1:10 to work with, are going to be shift walking their way all the way over to A. No damage or really any players even spotted on TSM except for the one that went down in Squeaky. So we're going to have Finesse as the lone man in A main. 3 players coming around by Squeaky door. Yam, Ustillo watching towards highway while their truck buddy watches main. The assault on the site is happening right in front of us. Yam stepping up huge. Oh, 3 headshots with the P2000 before Ustillo cleans it up. Misled, you scared the life out of me coming in so hot there. Wasn't sure if you were back or not.
What scared me in that round was Ustillo. We watched him shooting at the player trying to move to the back of quad box. Whiff. I don't know if that was 16 times, but
watching.
whatever it was.
I was watching one tap.
Luckily, Yam was going fire with the pistol in his hand because Ustillo was missing like it was going out of style. But
Yam, you want to pick all of them up.
Yeah, he was lucky Yam was there because Ustillo wasn't doing anything until the very end of that round when he got that last shot. It was Yam picking up those 3. And, yeah, he's lucky his teammate was there. But Renegades picks up the pistol again.
Yeah, definitely. I think a good idea from TSM there. They did do a decent job of getting out towards the site, but as you said, they ran into the wall that was Yam, and no amount of good movement is going to get you a bomb plant if you can't out-frag. CT playing the spot, so players on boost. Ustillo's there, Sponge is there to respond, so let's see if maybe, maybe not a fake towards A, but some nades towards A may be able to draw Sponge's attention, but actually Semphis is just going to straight up dry peek it. He's going to fall off. It didn't take too much damage. Maybe his buddy Adren is going to use that. Oh, he's trained right on Z, so he's not going to duel with Sponge quite yet. And he's going to fall off. Smart play. A site is rather open, though.
Yeah, very passive hold. Just playing for the retake will be Renegades. They allow TSM to get in. Here's going to be the 4-man retake attempt. They're even. Sponge just barely takes down Automatic. And there goes Finesse. So the retake so far is working here for Renegades. It's working very well, given that they have the gun advantage. Azza and Sponge pick up all the frags that they need to. Automatic, the only one on TSM to pick up a frag, but they do get a bomb plant. So cash is going to be coming into their bank accounts at the end of this round, which is going to help out quite a bit as we hit round number 3 now. And they still don't have enough to really force that buy, because they did buy up a lot in the second round. So just bolster it a little bit, so they're going to get another safe pistol buy out of this. And Automatic, the only player so far for TSM to get himself a frag between the 2 rounds.
Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't help that they're not getting kills either to not help pad out that economy. Probably going to be more tough rounds here, or at least one more tough round for SoloMid as they are still on pistols. Really like what Renegades brought to the table there. I guess assuming or hoping that SoloMid was going to buy up. As you still just rips Finesse through the door. That's a frag and even 5 damage. Go with it. What was I just saying? I may have lost my train of thought,
yep,
but
I do believe you did.
Either way, no big.
Derailed.
It happens. When I saw that frag, my mind was erased. Can't win them all. Either way, it probably wasn't that important, or not as important as Dren dinking Azza there, and 2 frags overall for TSM. They're working their way into the site. Make that a third one.
Yeah,
Jesus.
a third one. They have entry into the bomb site. Sick does have himself an M4 now. They got to get the bomb in. Sick, though, the player with the M4 does have the bomb in his back, so they're going to take the gun out of the round for just a second for him to be able to plant this bomb. He's going to plant it for main, and he's going to get away with it before the Molotov touches down at his feet. So he gets away with that, puts himself back towards quad box. We actually have automatic rotating all the way up highway. Rotates all the way back through the halls through mid, so he's going to put himself in a great position here. I don't know if Renegades is really going to expect this, and they're not going to. Yam is going to be able to cross. Now that they know he's out there at highway, he's kind of just cut off from the rest of his team. They know where he's at. He's in a tough position here. Yam's going to come over and try and prevent him from getting to JKS, and he can't get there in time. JKS will get the defuse, and automatic ends up going down at the end of the round to Yam. That's Renegades up 3-0 over TSM. But TSM, 2 bomb plants in a row. Now they have more than enough economy to get things rolling in their favor with a full buy coming out here. Same with Renegades, though. No op in the hands of TSM players.
No ops and no ops by choice coming out from them. They are all going to be strapped up with AK-47s and armed to the teeth with grenades, including 4 Molotovs as well. So hoping that Renegades plays predictably. They're going to try to zone them out of various spots. And Ustilo was going to be try to run boost onto the shroud box over there in the corner, but his buddy fell off. Let's see if they can nail this, and they do. Good work by Ustilo. Finesse may have hurt him.
Took quite a bit
not
of time,
100%
though.
sure. Did take quite a bit. Well, I mean, they didn't get spotted. As long as that smoke is there, you didn't take too much time. But you may have taken too much time in the sense that Finesse may have been close enough to hear it. That may be the case.
Yeah, smoke wasn't blooming anymore.
Oh,
No
good
more
sponge,
sound coverage
too.
from that, so... I don't know. Yeah, automatic's there, close. Semphis is right there. Finesse is close. I believe they'll probably check it, but time will tell if they do execute into this bomb site. Bomb down neutral location at this point. It's actually going to work its way through mid. JKS is going to hear that rotate, and they do still have the #1 man of Sponge right there. He's
they definitely know.
Semphis checks it. They see the feet of Ustilo. He drops down onto the light. And Sponge, if Sponge does go fast over the top of this, he could get a really sick flank off if he decides to go for it. Ustilo does go down. There goes Sponge. He's going to execute in from behind. He's going to get 3 members of TSM with their backs turned to him. Only picks up 1, but now they know he's there. He's in trouble. He could get pinched from both directions if TSM decides to fall back a little bit here. They don't have a ton of time, but he just commits into the squeaky door room and gets another flank off. Finds himself another shot. He's still up in this. It's going to be a 3-on-3 now. Time ticking down. Only
That
about
smoke just
12
bounced through a
seconds
Molotov.
left. Yeah.
Did you just see that? What is that?
I don't know how that works. But they do get the bomb planted. Yam finds himself a shot onto Finesse. Sick has to be careful. He knows there's somebody in the squeaky room. They're going to get aggressive as the CT player and the highway player. Yam is right there with his op, and it's paying dividends. 3 frags this round. So Renegades is back in business. That'll be 4-0 after the defuse. And Yam apparently is only cursed on Cobble. His op works fine on every other map.
Yeah, apparently, and it's shutting down Adren, Finesse, and Semphis big time as they all have 0 frags apiece. Either way, despite the fact that 3 of their players aren't getting kills, these rounds are coming kind of close, or at least TSM is bringing them closer than they should be. They're not doing a ton of damage, but very slight adjustments could make the difference on these rounds. Sick's going to be quick out mid here. Not going to be able to see anyone right off the bat, but he's going to be comfortably under vent. And either way, Sponge made a monster flank last round, as we all saw coming down from the boost. But even when he was pushing down Squeaky, it didn't seem like the Team SoloMid players were responding correctly to it. Maybe he was just way closer than he thought he would be. Like, the players Squeaky seemed surprised when they got shot in the back, but they weren't even looking in that direction. So I don't know what was capturing their attention. Probably just the sight, but I don't know how one of them wasn't looking backwards.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. You know that a guy's on your flank already. I mean, time was ticking down. I just think they expected, all right, we don't have a lot of time to work with here, boys. We got about 25 seconds on the clock. We need to get into this bomb site. We need to take it. We'll worry about him and just kind of zone him off in the squeaky room. But it never materialized that way. They never really got a clean site take. But now, into round 5, it's going to be a buyout for TSM. They're buying into this round as much as they can, thanks to the bomb plant. They do get another bomb plant in B, and Renegades, though, we're seeing them play extremely passive on their site holds. They have all 5 alive. TSM got completely into the B bomb site and got a bomb plant. Now they're working on post-plant positions, and it's working out thanks to Sick getting 2 as it drops down, but so much damage is done. Sick needs to hit this shot, can't quite make it happen, ends up going down. So TSM, no issue getting into the bomb sites. Their issue is post-plant positioning. Renegades is playing the retake game so effectively. All 5 were alive when TSM got the bomb planted with only 4 members. So Renegades with that retake game on point right now.
Yeah, it's not even that they're getting into bad post-plant positions. They're just not fragging, or the majority of the team isn't fragging. Sick is out of his mind. He physically cannot stop fragging. Automatic's right there with him, 1 frag behind. And Finesse, Adren, and Semphis still fragless at this point. I mean, Adren, excuse me, has an assist, so that's not nothing. But in the grand scheme of things, you gotta just start getting kills. They're, as you said, they're getting everywhere they need to. They're getting the opening picks, but they're just not getting the closing ones. And I mean, the positioning, whatever, it hasn't been perfect. They haven't caught anyone off guard with a great position or anything like that. But it's been fine. It's not really that. They have to get these kills at a certain point, and they're Sick again, getting an opening frag for his team. That's what he does.
Yeah, Sick. The problem here with TSM, at least so far into this, they're relying, I mean, you're relying on Sick and Automatic. Those are your 2 big fraggers anyways. You do, at least to a certain extent, need to rely on them, but you really need some support from your Adren, your Finesse, your Semphis at this point to really hold this down, because, I mean, you can't just 2v5 every single game. Given Automatic and Sick are absolutely nuts, and they play well. Automatic a little bit more hit and miss when he's going crazy, and Sick's pretty well and consistent with how good he shoots. But still, you can't just rely on those 2 players when Renegades is playing effectively, and their retakes have just been on point so far every round that they needed to. But this is a good start for TSM. All 5 alive. Ustilo and Yam are down, out of the way. TSM playing slow here. Another late site take attempt. 30 seconds on the clock when they're going to start rolling towards that B bomb site. And it's going to be only 4 of their members, or initially 3 are going to be coming into this bomb site. And it won't be a retake here for Renegades. They're just going to try and hold this site outright. And JKS starts it correctly. That's the problem with 30-second site takes. If something happens like that to your bomb planter, look at where the bomb fell. It's easily coverable by the Renegades. No time left on the clock here. Renegades just mowing down through the smoke. Now the bomb is in better position. Automatic in trouble. Semphis last man standing, and Renegades holds
Here goes
firm.
his economy. Ready?
And oh man, that's rough.
Oh, he actually got it done. Good for him.
Wow.
I thought he was about to have his economy reset, but oh man, I saw the player die there. I didn't see the bomb go down. I was like, okay, 15 seconds, still tough. They got to squeeze in there. It's a bad smoke. There's a hole in it, and then I see the bomb down right in the middle of it. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Obviously not done intentionally. I think it just took a bad bounce when someone was trying to cross CT, but not what you want from Team SoloMid, and still just a general inability to frag there. Semphis got 2 of those frags in garbage time, and that means just 1 apiece for Adren and Finesse. I mean, that's a good start, but they need to turn those into multi-kill rounds. They need to start taking some comfortable control. Something, Yam, super blind, going to be forced out of the site completely. Good smoke here is going to keep him out of the round, and a much better smoke overall, and a good flash to keep him away. So once again, Team SoloMid in the site. They're going to get the bomb down comfortably. They're going to get exactly what they need. They're going to get in position. Can they get some kills? Let's see, please.
Yeah, again, Renegades, only 1 player at the B bomb site. Breaks backwards towards Creeper to just try and save. It's going to be a 5-man retake attempt. So far, Renegades hasn't dropped 1 of these yet, and Sick has to fight on the sponge. He needs to take the shot. Look away from the flashbang, and here's the retake prevention coming out. Semphis goes down after getting 1. It's going to be up to Automatic and Finesse now. JKS
Get out of
and Yam
here.
are in the site, and Automatic, oh my goodness. Where is Automatic at? They don't know yet. He got the shot. He can't hit the headshot. Yam ends up opping him. And my goodness, that is heartbreaking. TSM cannot prevent a retake at all from Renegades right now. And what was, in my mind, assuredly going to be a TSM win map, they are getting throttled right now by Renegades 7-0.
Yeah, particularly Yam and AZR, who are just losing their minds. You still have Sponge up there as well. JKS, I mean, I guess quote-unquote starting slow for them as they come off to a 7-0 lead. They're just tearing through TSM right now, and must be just very frustrating for TSM. They are always just 90% of the way there. Maybe 90 is a little generous. Maybe 80% of the way there. 75% of the way there. And they just can't exactly bring it home. Yam definitely here's Automatic. Please hit a no-scope through the door. That would be so cool. Not going to happen. But either way, someone is up in Shroud Box. They're going to be a terror here, but he's funny. He has no idea what's happening. And there he goes. Goes to the ring down.
That's a rough look. Renegades locking down this A bomb site. No retake for them is going to be happening here, as Adren's going to be the last man standing. They know he's coming out of squeaky door. Azza will pick him up, and Azza playing nuts right now. Same with Yam, and I do believe if there's anybody from Renegades listening right now, stop playing Cobble. Just stop. Just stop it. Pick any other map because Yam is nuts with his op. Every other map that we see Yam on with an op, he's nuts. Please, no more Cobble. You guys are doing great right now. 8-0 on TSM's map pick.
I'm not down. I'm not gonna say throw Cobble out of the map pool already. I still think they had some promise on Cobble, and even though he didn't step up.
No, it used to be one of the maps that they were nuts on. But I mean, two nights in a row, Yam can't play the map.
Oh yeah, 2 nights in a row is tough.
Negate it, man. It's gone. Play everything else they're playing great at. I mean, given Inferno, bread and butter for those guys, gets banned. TSM knows that. They're aware of it. But I mean, if you get Azza and Yam together playing like this, you get them 8-0 teams on their map choice.
They're definitely coming alive here and just fragging out of their minds. I mean, 8-0 is an incredibly strong run. I mean, just general 8 rounds straight, but also they've done it like really quickly. I don't have a watch on, but I think it's been 3 minutes that they've picked up these 8 rounds. It feels like Team SoloMid's been pretty quick on the executes. They haven't been really trying to drain the clock down. Renegades is kind of just content with giving them map position, and while I would normally say that's a no-no, I mean, if it ain't broke, why fix it? You just won the half straight up, 8 rounds straight. Keep giving up the map control. I mean, Yam gets blind, he falls back into CT. I would say that's a great way to make sure you lose on a retake, but they're just not losing on the retake, so keep doing it. I don't care. If it's working, it's working. You're getting the reads on them, you're playing them perfectly, keep it up. TSM's going to try to force into this one with, not even force, they're going to light buy, they're going to be making sure they have money in their economy. But either way, I mean, they're getting all the bonus money they could ever ask for, plus bomb plants. Money doesn't seem to be the issue with Team SoloMid right now. Or even strategy. No, they just got to start shooting better.
Yeah, honestly, they can take the site, they get the bomb plant. Renegades makes the retake happen. They late site take, Renegades shuts them down. And it's just, man, they are having so much trouble right now with these Renegades players. Azza and company are going to force their way into A main, completely catch TSM off guard. So whatever that timeout plan was, got completely throttled by Renegades getting aggressive. They knew it was going to be an eco round coming out. And so now TSM going to be into a full buy again. No double op look this time. We don't have Adren and Semphis opping, just Semphis. He needs to get something going here. I mean, the only one really finding frags at all is Sick. Automatic behind him with 4. Finesse with 2. Adren and Semphis both with 3 alike. Right now, Renegades is running away with this half.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to imagine that they would use the timeout to plan for this gun round, but I wouldn't say that that timeout was improperly used quite yet. But as Sick goes down early, right off the bat, and make that another one for Adren as he goes down. I mean, I think now they're starting to waste whatever promise they could have gotten from that timeout, but they're going to be regrouping towards a site where they've had just about as much success as they have had anywhere. Interestingly enough, though, they have never really had mid control. It's always been just straight up A or straight up B takes. I wouldn't exactly say that's why they're losing, but you'd think maybe splitting a site, they can come at it from 2 angles, maybe get more early picks, and not allow Renegades to fall back so comfortably into a retake. But either way, automatic creeping out for a frag. One more by Quaddy. Needs the second frag if his team wants to win a round. Here we go. This is winnable. It's going to be tough still. 3-on-2.
Yeah, so Renegades again. 3-man retake attempt. It's not all 5. Bomb is going to be planted in A. TSM has had no luck at all at any site on this map. And let's see if Semphis and his op can get some work going here. Automatic picks up 2 frags into the round. So far, it's the automatic show. Shot baited out. They know where Semphis is. He tries to fire off another shot. Eats the Molotov a little bit. Has to back out. Ends up getting caught by Azza. It's all up to automatic. He ends up picking up the op. He gets spotted. Tries to flick out on the JKS. Can't find the shot, though. And Renegades again. Clean retake. 3 players tried to retake. All 3 live at the end of the round. That'll be 10-0 in favor of Renegades. And now we're looking at more of what was going on during the DreamHack Malmo, which was Renegades just absolutely bodying TSM.
Yeah, but I mean, this is, I mean, there's bodying and then there's bodying. We're talking about two different levels here, or at least what is being displayed. I mean, TSM is making some, I guess, positive strides in the right direction, getting more frags than they have been. As I said, I feel like strategically it hasn't really been their flaw. They're getting to where they need to. They're getting these bombs planted. They just need to start fragging. Taking Automatic still at it, as Automatic will get traded out 1-to-1. Semph going to go down through the smoke there. Can't quite get his footing in this game, and Sick pushing through a smoke, gonna get killed. Another useless death. TSM players being predictable, putting themselves in positions where they can't do anything with what the plays are making. They had, what is that? 3 people that we just saw die alone for no reason. Yeah. One pushing through a smoke, one spamming through a smoke, and the other one just
right out
cruising in A. Yeah, it's just frustrating ways to die if you're them. But I mean, for Renegades, this is perfect. This is like skeet shooting. It's just like hold a position, wait for someone to jump right at you, and hit the easiest shot of your career.
At this point, it looks like TSM, they're in their own heads right now, in a bad way. They're getting to the point where instead of working as a team now, it's all right, I got to step up, I got to make the plays. And they're going Automatic, trying to make the play. And then Sick tries to make the play. And then Adren tries to do it. And then Finesse. And then Semph one-on-one, trying to change the tide. And they need to get out of that mindset. It's like,
they're doing such a good job.
Our team's not working, so I got to step up and make the play. No. Continue to work as a team. Everybody together should be the ones helping each other make the plays, not just, all right, I'm going to run in by myself and hit headshots, just like Sick just did. He gets mowed down, no entry. Finesse goes down, there's Automatic. We have Sponge drop down into the checker room, trying to find another one on the Semph. Does a ton of damage to him. They know exactly where he's at. Semph will pick up 2 before he gets naded out. Now it's all up to Adren by himself, a 1v3, and these solo man plays are not working out. I mean, Adren does find himself a frag there, but he's still 1v2. Both players behind him at this point. One's wrapping around the V-Halls. Adren's going to check for him.
Oh, here comes the 1v3, baby.
Now he's a 1v2, and Ustillo drops out of the vents and shuts it down. That's going to be 12 rounds now for Renegades, with TSM not... That was the closest round they've had so far, which is not good.
Is it? I mean, it was a... Have they even had it? Yeah, well... They had a one-on-one. Wow, you're right. That is actually... They've only had 2 one-on-ones this entire time. Wow, that is strikingly bad. And I didn't even feel as though they were that desperate until these past few rounds. Oh, man, if Sick dove out that smoke, man, I would have officially flagged this game as over. But, I mean, they're certainly getting extremely desperate now, as Ustillo is getting an awesome... I love that move. Like, I can't do that. I'm not good enough for that, obviously. My movement's not good enough. And I don't have a teammate that I'm on the same wavelength like that, but that is really awesome to watch. But
what, run boost?
Yeah, it's just so just watching people launch, like get like that extra momentum is so cool. But either way, neither here nor there, as an opening frag finally goes in the way of TSM. As I say, they hadn't been getting too desperate, I think, up until these past few rounds, until they started making these individual plays seemingly for no reason. They had been well coordinated previously. They don't need to devolve into this. They clearly have a decent game. When they're, I don't know, they have all the pieces. They are just not putting them together right now at all.
I mean, individually, you have Sick getting frags, you have Automatic getting frags. At the end of that last round, Adren almost brought that home in a 1v3. It was close, but you can't just be solo outings for TSM to make this happen. Renegades is just dominating them. Oh, we got Yam and JKS here, last 2 alive. It's going to be a 2 versus 3. It'll be a 2-man retake attempt towards the A bomb site. This is looking like the best thing we've seen so far from TSM. Earn their way into A. They pick up 3 frags. Only have to worry about just JKS and Yam now, as it's going to be Automatic, Semph, and Adren alive. Semph is going to be in the squeaky room. Adren's going to be at the back towards quad box. Automatic up onto the catwalk. They have good positioning here. If they can prevent JKS from stepping up and taking down 1. Now they know where Automatic is. JKS going to be looking for him, finds the headshot. Got to find out where Semph is. Semph is still in the squeaky room. JKS goes for it. Semph peeks out, and TSM finally gets themselves around in round 13. 1 to their name. Economy has been reset for them, so if Renegades win this round, they're going to go into the final round of the half with TSM completely broke at this point.
Yeah, I was a little concerned that we were en route to a 16-0, and that would have been particularly bad for TSM, so I'm glad that they got on the scoreboard just to save a little bit of face here, but I am not going to delude myself and think that this is any semblance of a comeback, which will, you know, obviously sound like a dumb thing to say in retrospect if they make some crazy comeback, but I just don't see it. As you said, I think they're so deep inside their own heads that They may have some trouble here, and Sick actually gets a great spam off on Sponge and gets punished for it. Pretty upsetting for him, I'm sure, but I mean, they got to be mentally checked out of this. If they're not mentally checked out, then they're an incredibly strong-willed team, and based out, as you were saying before, how they're getting desperate, I'd imagine they're not feeling great about this anymore.
The thing I do like about this, though, is if they're
They kind
in
of
their
snap
own heads,
back.
right? Yeah, they can snap back from it. They're in their own heads, obviously. They're trying to do these one-on-one peaks, trying to just be nuts. That's a problem. But we're not getting into a scenario where we're just seeing TSM, all right, we're going to force buy this round, we're going to force buy this round, we're going to force buy this round, and just continue to do that where they get a bunch of broken buys. They're at least making their buys smart, even though they're not playing the rounds the smartest, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing, like, a lot of the rounds well enough. Like, no, not the smartest, not the dumbest. You know, not making any more ists, but the point is that they've come, like, a far way in so many of the rounds, just weren't able to tie up the bow. And it looks like they may be in a good position to do it again. Maybe even string together some rounds here. As they're all starting to frag, it's coming together. But too little, too late.
Yeah, it's still a 4-on-2 in favor of TSM at the moment. They do have the bomb planted in the B bomb site. It would be Azure and Ustillo trying to make this retake happen, but they're not going to go for it. And for those of you wondering, I saw somebody type it. In your own head, they're overthinking their plays. They're not just flowing. They're not just doing what they need to. They're overthinking everything. So, all right, that last peak was really bad, so I need to peak this angle. Instead of just focusing on just playing smoothly, they're trying to overthink everything, and that actually ends up ruining their own gameplay instead of just being comfortable, natural, and flowing with how they need to win rounds. And that's exactly what TSM's doing right now. Renegades, on that 12-1 domination roll that they were on, is now about to be 12-2 as we hit the final round of the half. And Automatic goes for the hunt here, not with a lot of cash. Ustillo takes him down. No one's going to be able to get close enough to take down Ustillo, so Azza and Ustillo will save their guns respectively, an M4 and an AWP. But, I mean, damage is done at this point. Renegades 12-2. Even if TSM can win this final round, that's a 12-3 half. That's a lot of room to play with that Renegades has.
Absolutely, and I really am glad to see that Team SoloMid has kind of reined themselves in a little bit. Maybe their aggression early on wasn't so much them tilting, maybe just trying to mix it up and try everything and saying, hey, you know, we were trying to work as a team, it wasn't working, maybe let's see if I can make a play just because it's something we haven't tried yet. So, but it seems like they have kind of pulled themselves back in, are starting to play a more disciplined game, and it's paying off now as they're starting to close out these rounds, but they still have a lot of work. Is it
too little too late at this point, though?
I mean, I think so, but you never know. It's Counter-Strike. It's super crazy. You never know exactly how it works. By making definitive claims, you're just asking yourself to look wrong down the line. But either way, if Renegades blows this, I mean, that's a problem in and of itself. But either way, it seems like they're doing a good job of setting each other up to succeed, like they were doing on Cobble really well, and actually capitalizing when they do set each other up. Earlier on, they were getting the site, they were setting each other up, and then just weren't getting the kills they needed to. Now we're finding a little bit of both. A-take underway here as Automatic gets a frag.
He earns his way into the bomb site now. That's going to be 2 in a row for him. And now TSM is finally putting together the pieces that they need to get these bomb site takes a little bit cleaner. I mean, they dropped a Dren and Sick. JKS and Gamma are alive, and JKS just sprays down Tempest. They know where Finesse is now, judging by his shots. So JKS is going to be able to pick up Finesse. Finesse unwisely drops down. Automatic's going to get picked off, so final round of the half will go in favor of Renegades. Score will be 13-2 at the half. But at least TSM salvaged 2 rounds out of this. They still have a chance. I mean, this is almost a repeat of what we saw Renegades versus Tempo Storm last night on Inferno, except for it was the other way around. I mean, Tempo Storm won the half, 12-3 over Renegades, and we're like, all right, Renegades, this is going to be a huge comeback. Tempo Storm's playing nuts. Their T-side on Inferno is absolutely amazing. And they did. They pushed it to the final round of regulation before Tempo Storm finally won. This time, Renegades is in the lead here with a big lead to have to squander. And hopefully they don't. I'd like to see a map 3 out of this. I want to see these guys on Overpass. That will be a knife for sides to find out who gets their side choice. And it would be pretty intense to see that if Renegades holds on to this lead and doesn't drop it.
Oh man, are you kidding me? That would be really, really exciting stuff. But at this point, if their minds aren't already on overpass, I would be truly surprised if they are. I mean, look, it's pissed around, so obviously they're like, yeah, let's go for it. You're not just gonna say like, oh, we really blew this one, guys. We're not gonna do it. But you know, they gotta. I feel like these players are realists. They know what's up. I've heard Semphasis and Reddit his dry wit through interviews before. I'm sure that attitude can come across when they're getting beat pretty badly. But they do have a stack towards where Renegades is pushing, so they might be in good shape here to steal away another round. Adren able to get an opening frag.
Yeah, so one player from Renegades already down, out of the way. Renegades would love to just end this right off the bat, get this pistol round win, get the 2 anti-ecos, put themselves into the win position right off the bat, worry about map number 3. When TSM is standing in their way, they were playing a little bit more effectively until now. Renegades just mows through the B bombs like only Sick and Finesse are alive. And Finesse, finally, 3rd frag of the game. It only took 16 rounds for him to get 3 frags, but he's got him now. He's got a 4th. He's coming on strong when he needs to. Can he help his teammate out? Azza's right there. Can he find another headshot? JKS will remove him from the round. It's all up to Sick now. Hits a great shot, and it's going to be Azza with only 5 HP versus Sick. And that should let him know where Azza is. And he's looking to find him, and as is playing the ring around the rosy behind the box. Sick doesn't have a kit, doesn't matter, gets the shot off. With more than enough time to get the defuse, and TSM barely holds on there, gets themselves a round win in their favor. That's 13-3 now. Renegades still dominant.
Yeah, thank God your last man standing there is Sick to get it done. A decent early hold by Adren and the Team SoloMid crew, but kind of just getting overrun in checkers. Not exactly what you're looking for. Had they not stacked it, I think that would have been an easy B take for Renegades overall, and it almost was in the grand scheme of things. So TSM continuing to stay alive. Renegades, I think, showed good patience early in the round, even though it was a pistol. I thought they were going to take something a little more aggressively, but either way, they did a good job, for the most part, of not running face first into those USPs. I mean, the counter-terrorists had to hit some good shots, except for maybe a Dren straight up into Sunroom. That was a very USP shot, but I mean, the shots that Finesse were hitting those are some nice shots.
Silence USP, getting them 1-taps.
I wouldn't know. I never used that trash gun.
I'm not a fan.
I feel like I may have just upset a lot of people, but that gun has just never clicked with me. The P2000, I mean, I do care, but not enough to not say it.
The P2 shitty? Yeah, that's. Yeah, I still use it too. I don't know. I'm a fan.
Yeah, it works for me. So let's see what Renegades has in store for us this round. Just spreading out, trying to catch an aggressive Team SoloMid. But hey, as I said, a passive Team SoloMid was my favorite Team SoloMid on Cobble. So hopefully they can hold on to this passive play as long as they can and string together something. Just to, I'm looking at this point. Just we're talking face saving here. I don't. Once Renegades gets rifles in their hands, I'm a little concerned for Team Solo, and by a little I mean a lot concerned for Team SoloMid. But let's see what they can do here. Semphasis can push, able to find a frag. There goes that passive play I was talking about, but it's working.
As TSM coming up big here, they have the gun advantage, only dropping a single player. That's going to be JKS, last man standing. Picks up 1 before it goes down. So TSM with the 4th round in the books for themselves now. And Finesse, big story here. Still sitting at only 4 Ks, 18 rounds in, or 4 kills, excuse me. 18 rounds in. Adren, not much better. Only 4 more frags after 18 rounds. That is why TSM is struggling right now. Essentially, you're playing a 3 versus 5 this entire game, and you have players like Azza and Yam going nuts right now. JKS right in there. Ustillo and Sponge right behind them, barely getting out and fragged by the rest of their teammates, and Renegades looking good. Their CT side was on point. I mean, the retakes were great, and when they didn't even have to retake, they just shut TSM down getting into the bomb site. It was absolutely dirty. Now TSM's turn to try and cause some damage here. That's going to be Finesse on the site. Picks up 2 more frags. He's up to 6 now. Can he keep it going? Can he get some more? Entering this bomb site. Prevents 2 of those AKs from getting in. Bomb has just now earned its way into the bomb site. It'll be a 4-on-3 in favor of TSM. As that bomb should be getting planted. There it is. Plant comes through. Timer is now on TSM. Yam is going to be looking out of the vents. Eats the flashbang. They know he's there. Can't take down the falling Tempest. Does a ton of damage to him. Abel's Azza to collect the frag, but it's going to be Automatic and Sick, the last 2 standing. Automatic wins his exchange, so it's all up to Ustillo. as he's going to be the only man in the bomb site. Takes the flashbang, takes down Sick. Don't worry, that's going to get automatic, and he will collect the frag on the automatic. So initial buy round for Renegades goes in their favor. Thanks to you, Stilo, with the 3K. The other two go to Azza. That'll be 14-4 now.
Yeah, great work from him fighting his way back into it. An even round overall for the most part, except, you know, when Renegades did get into a side, it was a 4 versus 3 in favor of Team SoloMid. They've just been on top of the retake game on both sides of it, keeping the counter-terrorists out, and great movement there from the terrorist there, working his way in and out of checkers, staying hard to hit, and lining that one up for his team. Now we have a 4-man stack for Team SoloMid over at A. I mean, I guess Renegades has shown a little bit of preference towards B here, but not by much. An A gamble is about as good a gamble as any at this stage in the game, and boy, do they need some kind of gamble here. So Semphis looks like he wants to push that smoke at some point. He's going to do it, and I bet he dies. There you go. It's like I'm a psychic.
He's still got automatics behind the forklift along with his
Wow.
teammate Sick. They turn that into a multi-kill position somehow. Sick with 4 of those frags. It's all up to you, Stilo, now. He's going to find Finesse. Does he hit the shot? Hits the shot on the Finesse. Bomb down inside the site, trying to take down Sick. Sick low on HP. Does he survive? He can't hit the shot. You Stilo will hero another round for his team. 1v2 victory again for you, Stilo. That's going to be map point for Renegades. And they have a lot of room to work with here. As if we're only into round 20, they have quite a few rounds to lose for them to only have to win 1 before they force us into the 3rd map.
I think I could hear Six Face going through his keyboard even from my house.
Yeah, you get 4 frags, you can't collect
especially
ace,
4
low
frags
on HP,
like that. It was awesome. You get one tap, not one tap, like tap down, a headshot to lose that one-on-one. That's frustrating stuff here, and Team SoloMid is just getting bullied all over the place. This is, we're going over.
Yeah, we're going to overpass. Unless automatic can continue to hit these deagle shots. But Sponge will turn this into a 2-on-1. They have the bomb rotating to B. Automatic knows that he's going to have to rotate in that direction. He's going to be low on HP at this point. Only 38 to work with versus JKS with 39. Sponge at 100. Bomb is going to get planted. He's going to throw the flashbang, try and make them think he's going to be coming from vents or somewhere in mid. That does pull JKS in that direction, but he's kind of there anyways. So he's just going to be trying to watch that vents. Automatic going to try and work through the smoke. Sponge looking for him. Another flashbang in the opposite direction, trying to pull their attention away from where he would be coming from. And he's just going to try and creep his way in. Sponge looking for him, though, and Sponge will hit the shot. That'll do it. 16-4 victory for Renegades as we go towards map number 3. And that is going to be overpass knife for sides to find out who is going to get their side choice on this map. And you guys are watching iBUYPOWER Spring Invitational, the top 10 North American teams invited by iBUYPOWER to compete in this event. We're going through these bracket stages right now. These are the first, well, we have 2 matches going. I don't know, can we get an update on the Selfless versus Winterfox game? I don't know if that's over yet or what has happened with that, but the winner of this, I do believe, goes to play CLG. So Selfless won, is what I heard, I believe. So Selfless won over Winterfox. They go on in the next round to play Luminosity Gaming, which is going to be...
Is that the next thing we're casting?
Tough. That'll be tough. Selfless versus... Yeah, Luminosity. That's going to be a...
Hey, I like me a good highlight reel.
That's going to be a rough game for Selfless.
I like Selfless a lot. Yeah, I think they're
I
one
do
of those
too. I'm
exciting
a big fan.
up-and-coming teams. I'm not sure if this is going to be it for them, but...
Yeah,
I think that should be an exciting game. All right, real quick, we are going to cut to a quick commercial break, but I do want to just remind you guys that there is an awesome giveaway going down, and you can find information about that below the stream if you click on the global giveaway banner thing. I think it's like the 3rd one in. Really awesome prizes. First place, a prize pack is going to include an $1,800 brand new iBUYPOWER computer. That's awesome, with full peripherals courtesy of Corsair. Second place gets their hands on a brand new HTC M9 phone. And 3rd place will get their hands on a $100 Newegg gift card. So check out below the stream, enter the giveaway, and you can win some awesome prizes. I wish I was eligible to win. Not that I would win anyway. I never win these things. But you can do that. And I think that is pretty much it. I honestly, in terms of post-game, I think that game is about as self-explanatory as it gets.
Yeah.
I mean... very surface level. Yeah, take that for what it is, because Renegades just really gave it to them. So we're going to kick it to a quick break. Enjoy this word from our sponsors, and we will be back with Map 3 ASAP.